hungry, man. I'm so hungry. Guys, I'm trying to get Lou to like talk while we're having these conversations because he like thinks he needs to just be the videographer. I'm like, bro, you're here too. We're all here. You guys are here. Lou's here. I'm here. We're in my apartment making cream of rice. I'm starving. This is real shit. So
he is starving.
I'm so hungry. My mood like 2 hours ago was piss poor. Piss poor. I was
making cream of rice, you're getting happy.
Yeah, like I'm starting to liven up a little bit. I'm gonna watch this thing closely because if this pours out, I will absolutely cry.
Nice shoes.
Thanks. Ivana got them for me.
They know. They watched the last YouTube video.
But if you didn't, you know where to find it.
Go watch it. I'll pretend I know how to put a link right there.
See? That's nice. Yo, I had somebody DM me and be like, what was cream of rice? And I was like, he's like, I'm from the South. I go, yo, what? I don't know what that means. Like, bro, grits? Isn't grits like kind of like cream of rice?
Basically.
I think they're pretty similar. We need protein. So, cat's out the bag. Raw Revive. I'm part of the team. That's pretty dope, right? I'm excited. I haven't even opened these up yet. So, should I do vanilla oatmeal cookie? Peanut
that sounds
butter.
good.
Yeah, it does, right? Or birthday cake. I think vanilla
Vanilla cookie.
Yeah, it's the mood I'm in right now. It is so light on calories. 110 calories, 25 grams of protein.
Does Kyle care what protein powder you take?
Yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah, he cares that it's quality. But this passes.
But that stuff's fine.
This passes the smell test. It mixes really good too, you know? And that's important.
That looks good.
It's important for whey. A lot of wheys mix well. Opportune time to explain Digest Aid and glucose. If you guys don't take these supplements, but you are training and eating carbs and following a diet plan, this is a digestive essential. Whenever I run out, I like freak out. Glucose helps to regulate your insulin when you're taking in carbs, and the Digest Aid helps to partition the food as you're digesting it, right? Your digestive enzymes break down food. So you want to take a Digestive Aid and you want to take a glucose disposal agent. 2 glucose, 1 Digest Aid, down the hatch. And this is hot, and we all know I like it cold. So you know what we're about to do?
Ice cubes.
Ice cubes. Give it a second in the freezer. Also, you don't want to like chase the glucose and Digest Aid right away with the food. So you should give it like 5-10 minutes. So I guess I'll leave it in the freezer and then roll something in between. And then we'll eat it.
If you weren't on prep, I'd say do like jumping jacks or like sprint down your hallway, but...
No, you're just going to edit some stuff. I'm probably going to drink some water, look at my phone. You're just going to throw a little...
And make that look cool.
Yeah, you heard it here first. He's going to throw something right here. And then I'm going to do stuff in between, and then we're going to get the food out. Brief intermission. I've been trying to knock my caffeine intake down, but the Essential Pre-Workout only has 200 mgs of caffeine. So we're going to do a half scoop, get 100 mgs. And in like 6 hours, that'll be pretty much out of my system and I can go to bed. Kyle told me to chill out on the EAAs during the day. Said I can have them while I'm training. These, fire. Now, I'd like to think I have like an advanced palate. I grew up in Hawaii for part of my life. This tastes like pineapple guava. I'm tasting guava. I said that to Ivana and she was like, guava's a very specific fruit to say that you taste. I want you to try it. Have you ever had guava?
I have.
I think you're gonna taste it in there now that I've said it.
Alright, let's see.
This is good. Give you a little scoop skis. Get a spoon.
Get a spoon.
Spoon.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Code Zan, right here. Code Zan.
Yeah. Zoom in. Island slushy. That's gas.
This is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so now can you tell why I'm pissed that Kyle told me I gotta chill out on the EAAs?
Don't listen to him.
You're right.
Pink salt. I've been measuring my salt just for consistency. Oh, it's so fire. That is so good. Vanilla oatmeal cookie in cream of rice. You could bake these and make them into cookies.
Just throw an egg in there, dude. Some baking powder.
Oh yeah.
You could so make like, cream rice cookies. Cooking channel.
Yo, Ivana's making a cookbook right now, and she said she's got a lot of recipes for me to try, so I'm so ready for prep to be over so
Dude,
I
get
can
her-
eat. You're okay. So guys, a lot of people reach out to me about jobs and about how I ended up working in New York City finance, Wall Street, whatever you want to call it. Most finance jobs in New York are not on Wall Street, by the way, so get that out of your head. And by the way, Wolf of Wall Street, that shit did happen. It's not the way Wall Street is anymore. There's too much regulatory stuff. I hear from a lot of college kids and high school kids who reach out to me asking about how to get jobs in finance, and I wanted to tell my story about how I ended up getting my job. I went to college at a small school in Newport, Rhode Island to play football. I just knew that I wanted to play football, and I figured that being 5'10", moderately athletic, it probably was going to be a better shot for me to play more football over 4 years if I went Division III. And so I picked Salve Regina University in Newport, Rhode Island. I'm very happy I did, but it didn't help me get a job. When I was going into my junior year, I realized that I wanted to be in finance, so I made a relationship with the head of the business department, and I asked her if I could do anything to become a finance major, because at that point I was a marketing major. And I realized every girl with a cell phone in the whole school was a marketing major. There was a million marketing majors, so I was like, I don't even know what kind of job I could get with this, and I know that I like the stock market. I was getting interested in it, so she told me I could waive calculus because I took it in high school. I could take Spanish over the summer. I'd have enough credits to fit financial management as a major, and a double major. By my junior year, I was on the track to be a finance major. I graduated with a double major, but over those 2 years, I really busted my ass to try and meet people and find somebody that could help me find a job. And there was actually one guy at Salve who got out into the wealth management space. He was mostly working in the Boston area. I just hounded him, this guy Mark, and I kept going to networking events, and he never ended up actually helping me get a job, but it's a good example of, recognizing somebody who came from Salve that moved into the industry that I wanted to be in, and basically just harassed him in the kindest way possible. When you are in college, you need to have that type of pursuit of your career. I think the most effective way for somebody who went to a small school like mine, there was not a lot of companies that were looking for kids from our school to get a job in finance. They weren't lining up Wall Street recruiters. So, most of the interns that we get at my job right now come from those types of schools. If you go to a small school, you need to be tapping the alumni base and making sure that you're going after the people on LinkedIn that went to your school, because there's going to be a few, a handful. There's a handful of guys. There's one guy who went to my school that works at my firm, and he's a trader. He was not helpful in me getting a job. I ended up getting my job because in the 5th grade, I came back from living in Hawaii as a kid. I picked a baseball team of my town. There was 3 baseball teams, and I was supposed to go on to the team that was coached by a family friend, and I ended up picking another team. So then when I was getting picked for the all-star team, I got snuffed because that guy who was a family friend was pissed that I didn't pick him when I came back. I ended up not making the all-star team, and I went to another town and played all-star baseball with another kid whose parents ended up becoming really good friends with my parents. And had I not made that weird, stupid decision pivot when I was in 5th grade, I wouldn't have met this kid in 7th grade, and my parents wouldn't be that close of friends with his parents. So 7-8 years later, I'm looking for a job, and my parents are out to dinner with them. They mentioned that I wanted to be in finance. He worked at the same bank that I work at, and he ended up introducing me for a phone call with the branch manager at the job that I ended up getting. Sometimes the most effective thing you can do is just literally talk to everybody that you know and tell them what you want to do. Is going to be more effective than, DMing some random person on Instagram, because they don't really care. At the end of the day, you need to rely on people that actually have a personal interest in you doing well. They actually care. I'm sure that guy wanted to connect me because he cared about me and my parents. After that, I would tap people for coffee all the time, LinkedIn, email. I'm always tapping people for coffee. There was one guy I took out to lunch 4 times. Yeah. And then there's a family friend who took me out to lunch 3 times. because he was just trying to help me, and he brought me to Invesco and Guggenheim and all of these firms that I would have had no access to. I sat at the Wells Fargo trading floor. He introduced me to these people. Those things didn't pan out, but it just goes to show how like an introduction through somebody who has a personal interest in you is going to go a longer way than like sending somebody a flagrant email or a LinkedIn message. So I ended up getting my job. I started the job in June of 2019, and now I sit here 4 years later in a much better seat than when I started. I started at $50K. You know, in New York City, that's like after tax, that's like 32. Like making no money, man. And then like getting your licenses is like super stressful time, but it's really just about weeding out the people who won't study. I mean, I started my job 9 months before COVID started. 9 months into my job, I ended up having to work from home for the next year. I spent 3 months basically not studying for the Series 7 because there was no testing centers. They closed them. And then I came back. I failed the 7 the first time because I stopped studying, and then I tried to rush it, and I took a week, and like I literally started studying, and then a week later went and took the test and failed it, and I was pissed. I had to wait 30 days, take the test again, and I passed it, and then I had to take the 66 like 60 days later. But passing the test is really just about studying. I don't get to talk about my job all that much on social media because when you work for a bank, there's compliance and there's risk management. You have to be media trained, and so when there's platforms that aren't covered by your compliance team under like the compliance policies of the firm, they don't want you like expressing what you actually do, and they don't want you to associate with your firm because it's a risk to them because they don't have like controls in place to ensure that you're not saying something stupid or giving people investment advice. So anything that I say on this channel and in general is not investment advice, and this is all make-believe, and this never happened. So I guess we should go to the gym. Well, let's go to the gym.
Let's go, Jim.
So we just finished up eating post-workout. Oh, hold up. We were watching YouTube. Today was a tough training session. Like I felt like crap. You have to battle the mental battles. I wanted to touch more on like my job and like doing this prep at the same time. I know a lot of people love fitness and want to be in the Wall Street ecosystem, want to be in finance. There's a couple things you need to know when you're doing that. It's really hard to balance both. So you have to understand that you may not be able to train 6 days a week. And the thing that you need to know about being in the Wall Street ecosystem, being in finance, and having a serious job, honestly, that demands a lot of mental power, you need to be mentally acute. Prep takes a toll on that, and overdoing the gym takes a toll on that. Right now, like, I trade millions of dollars of nominal value of options every day. I mean, you saw me today. Lou was here while I was working. Must have done 25 trades within a 30-minute span. I'm happy that I didn't make any errors, but those things happen all the time, and it's hard to like keep mental focus during prep. Just in general, I find that like the job can distract me from food, which can be good, but the fact that I don't have a lot of food can also distract me from work, can also make it hard to focus. And one of those things is when you're in a role like mine and you're trading, you're talking to clients, and you need to have focus, you have to be able to compartmentalize, really focus up, and keep energy levels high. The last video, we went out to the Hamptons. It was at a billionaires event, Michael Loeb's house. I saw Gronk, I saw Mike Novogratz, I saw Shaq, I met a lot of startup owners. I met a lot of founders. That's a cool part of my job. It didn't happen right away. So when you start a job on Wall Street, understand that you're going to eat the shit. Older guys are going to try and beat you up a little bit. And the only reason I'm in the position I am now, I live in the place that I live now, and I have the role that I have now is because I demanded respect and I commanded respect because I earned it. I got licensed in my first year and I took advantage of my situation, and it's unique to everybody. There's a clear division between the people who do well and don't do as well. It's about how much that they dive into it, and this is like a full-time job, like full-time, like 24 hours. So is bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is a full-time job. Cardio, meals, sleep, training, those things happen all the time. You have to constantly be on it, and sometimes I just need to relax, trust the process, as cliche as that sounds, and just be me, and just be in the moment, be where my feet are, and respect the journey. Stop thinking so much about the destination. So that's it. If you guys have any questions about my job, about my role, about the things that I do, how I got here, put them down in the comments, because I want to continue to do videos that are insightful and impactful and help you guys learn and help you guys get to the place you want to be. I'm still trying to grow. I'm still trying to build my network. I'm still trying to build myself. I'm planning on getting my CFP because that's applicable to what I want to do with my life and the things I want to do with my career. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for constantly being a part of my prep and constantly supporting me, and all the comments and everybody reaching out to me has meant the world to me, because prep's not easy, but we love it and we're digging in, baby. 16 days summer shredding, and then 4 weeks till Muscle Beach. I get to do it in front of my friends and family in my home state in New Jersey. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Code Zan. We're all moving on.